Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is MJ from Exercise Philosophy, and the Atlanta Pro has wrapped up, and we have our winner here. First and foremost, want to say congratulations to James Hollingshead. He has had a phenomenal run this year, going around the gauntlet, proving himself over and over again, and he actually came out victorious this time. Although I do not agree with the decision to make James the champ, I am still happy for him. Now, amongst everybody in the lineup of the top four, I did not have James coming out on top. Why? Well, there's a few reasons. I feel James' arms and shoulders do not keep on par in proportion to his lower body. And I also felt that his midsection was mildly distended and his abs were pretty much completely washed out in every pose. Not only that, but he's been doing these shows so many times, I felt that he was, a little bit fatigued, a little bit less full and somewhat flat, although very conditioned. On the other hand, we had a perfectly peaked Patrick Moore, who has done 2 times as many shows as James Hollingshead. And this by far is the best package that Patrick has ever brought to the IFBB Pro stage at a show. Patrick is bringing a very unique look because he brings back a look that is reminiscent of Sean Roden, of Cedric McMillan. And those types of physiques are the ones that are kind of lost in the modern day of bodybuilding. That is the mass with class. You can see in Patrick's physique even a slight reminiscence of Phil the Gift Heath. Whereas he may not be the biggest guy on stage, structure-wise, even though Patrick is standing at 5'10", coming at around 230, 240 pounds. Not small by any means, but in comparison to the other competitors, okay, I can see that he has a smaller package. But the package is more put together, and that is why I think Patrick should have won the show. In his Instagram comment, he says 8 shows in, and tonight's feedback was need a little more back. Checked all the other boxes I was told I needed all season. So he's saying the Texas Pro was his next stop, but this one is hard to swallow based on the look I brought. So not sure if it's in the cards. Tomorrow we'll tell the tale if there will be a show number 9. I appreciate every single one of you guys' support. And again, so we can't say that James did more shows and that's why he deserved it, because Patrick did double that. And with the package that he brought, it was better. So the IFBB judges said that he needed more back. If we look at his back double biceps, if we look at his rear lat spread, there is no muscle that is underdeveloped on Patrick. Patrick is simply bringing a mass with class. And similar to somebody like Cedric McMillan, what I think it really is that Patrick is self-coached. And I think that a lot of the IFBB judges don't like that. If you look at Patrick through the arms here, if you look at him through the upper back, the lats, everything is there. Everything is polished. Everything is primed. This is a great physique that I don't know how the judges were able to just say he got 4th place when he was rightfully beating everybody in the top 4. If you look at all of the comments across social media and YouTube, like here in this Nick Strength and Power covering the Atlanta Pros finals, you will see inside the comments that that's basically all people are saying, is that Patrick should have been at a higher place, or downright that Patrick should have just won. Like right here, somebody says, I don't know how Patrick doesn't win. My eyes are drawn to him the whole time. Bro's got no waistline, la, 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 right? So then check this shot out. We have a shot of the back double biceps. Look at the glutes. Look at the hamstrings. Look at the overall back. Look at the arm development and the shoulder development in comparison to Joe Palacios. Where Joe Palacios has more meat on his back, the better package is the man standing to the left. And that is Patrick Moore. It may be open bodybuilding, but since when in the history of bodybuilding did open bodybuilding not have the Flex Wheeler type physiques? When did they not appreciate the Sean Rodens, the Dexter Jacksons? Because that is the kind of package that Patrick Moore brought to the stage. In the front relaxed pose, again, for prejudging, eyes are immediately drawn towards Patrick Moore. He has a better chest. He has better midsection. He has good wheels comparable in size to the rest of the lineup. His arms and shoulders, everything about the front relaxed pose goes to Patrick Moore. Similarly, in the front double biceps in the final show, we can see Patrick Moore, top to bottom, front to back, is better than this lineup. It's apparent. It's on full display. You cannot sit here and say that that is better. So you're telling me now, basically, that IFBB open bodybuilding is completely going away from mass with class. There will be no more Cedric McMillans. There will be no more Sean Rodens. There will be no more Patrick Moores and Phil Heaths and Dexter Jacksons. Because it's only just about the big freaky mass monsters like Nick Walker, James Hollingshead, Joe Palacios, and the rest of the guys. They only want big ass people now. There is no room with mass with class. The judges said, oh, you need more back. That's cap. Patrick is holding his own here in the back double biceps and the hamstrings and the calves and the glutes. The glutes were striated in conditioning, in overall package, and the way it was displayed in posing, and the size of the arms and the shoulders and the full shot. Patrick is winning this shot. He is not smaller than James Hollingshead in the back. James Hollingshead may be more conditioned and more sliced and have different striations and insertions, but that's his own unique structure. Same thing with Regan Grimes and Joe Palacios. You can see how each one has a unique structure. What it really boils down to, guys, is that bodybuilding, again, is taking another wrong step. In ways that they're trying to fix the gut issue and how they're trying to judge the gut issue, and I can applaud them for that, they're getting away from what bodybuilding was really all about. They're getting away from the Robbie Robinsons, the Lee Haneys. They're getting away from the Patrick Moores, the Sean Rodens, the Dexter Jacksons, the Phil Heaths, right? Lee Haney has said, I've always followed the rule of training that was handed down by the legends of the sport. And they always talked about the mind-muscle connection. It wasn't about ego training. It was about bodybuilding. And that's what Patrick Moore has brought here. He has brought a package with consistent lines that show the overall quality, the quality of the muscle, as Lee Haney likes to say. He brought quality of the muscle, 230 pounds, 240 pounds on stage lean with quality. The muscle had more quality than anybody else on that stage, top to bottom, front to back. So I don't know how anybody like Ivan Bodybuilding was saying, Patrick's small. In what dimension, in what realm is he small, Ivan? He had bigger arms than everybody in the top four. He had bigger shoulders than anybody in the top four. You can't just say that James Hollingshead won because he's a pair of legs. Okay? With that being said, it's all said and done. I still think that Patrick should have won. But now we only have two final doorways to get to the Mr. Olympia. We have the Texas Pro next weekend in Dallas. And then we have the Austria Pro the following weekend after that in Vienna, Austria. And these are the last two that will allow somebody to qualify for the 2026 Mr. Olympia. So we still have some names out there that might try to slip in, such as Regan Grimes. He may take his look to the Texas Pro, even though I think Regan was way off. I don't know how he even got second place. Joe Palacio said that he was going to go ahead and shut it down already. Patrick, I don't know. I haven't seen if he's given an update and seen if he's going to go do battle against Regan. But overall, the time is coming near. That the big dance is coming. It's around the corner. And the windows and doors of opportunity are going to be closing for the Mr. Olympia. And, I mean, it's been a crazy season. We have Samson Dowda, Andrew Jacked, Derek Lunsford, Nick Walker, all these big names that are going to be in the mix for the big dance. And they're going to have to walk through fire and prove themselves. And I'm also going to start up a little bit of a kind of side series on my channel. I'm going to call it the 2027 Scout, where I'm just scouting out some new potential, some, new names that may be trying to slip in early to the 2027 Mr. Olympia. So the first qualifier for the 2027 Mr. Olympia, as far as I understand and know, is going to be on September the 13th, which is a week right before the Mr. Olympia. So if you don't know, it closes the day of August the 30th for whatever year it may be for that Mr. Olympia qualification. So the Europa Pro is a unique show because it's a week before the Olympia, but it qualifies you for the 2027 Mr. Olympia. So I'll be trying to find some names that are going to slip into that. Maybe we'll cover the Europa Pro before the Olympia happens and see who can get their early qualifier for the 2027 Mr. Olympia. And I already got a few names that I want to look out for you guys. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm on about what the IFBB is doing with open bodybuilding? What are your guys' thoughts on Patrick Moore? Maybe he should have been the winner. Maybe he should have been placed higher. Get in the comments. Let me know. Peace.